Scrappin with Sheri. We are going to be doing our very last page in the sketchbook today, page 105, but I wanted to give you a little commercial real quick. In January, we will be starting the newest idea book put out by Creative Memories. It's called 52 Scrapbooking Project Recipes. This was an incentive. If you spent, I think it was $100, you got this book free back in October of 2024. If you did not get this book, I do have extras of this that I'm willing to sell and ship to you. You'll just need to send me an email at tilleyps@gmail.com. If you put it in the comments, I may or may not see it in time to get it shipped out to you. But if you will send me an email, I'll send you the information about the cost and shipping it to you and all that. So you'll be ready to start with us in January. This one has project recipes straight from Creative Memories with cutting guides, all kinds of great tips and information. My biggest thing on this will be the fact that I will not be doing it with the papers that they show. So you'll get a different twist on it using different papers. I may also change some of them up a little bit. But we've got 52 weeks of this, so I'll have to be doing a lot of fillers to get 2 videos a week. So that's your commercial. Email me if you need one of those books, and we will work out something for you. Now, this page, I looked at it and I thought, wow, they saved the easiest for last. It's really 2 background papers, 2 little strips with a few photos on it. Now, they did, I say cheat a little bit, because they used a pre-designed Festa Fab page with some decoration here. So I will be adding a little decoration of my own. And you know I'm going to change this up a little bit. Now I'm going to be doing pictures from when we went to a Chris Kindle market in a small town near our house. These are going to be my backgrounds because I love the bright, the colors, everything on that. And instead of doing the 2 little strips here that are 1/2 inch each, I decided I wanted a whole row of Christmas trees. So I'm going to cut that. And instead of 2 strips, I'm just going to have 1, but I'm going to have a whole row of Christmas trees. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you're following that sketch, you're going to cut 2 little 1/2 inch strips and spread them out. I do think the look of it is beautiful, but that's just not what I specifically wanted for my page today. So we're changing it up. You know, I say all the time, just make these things work for you. And you know what? If I cut that straight there, I'm looking at where the little stars are going to line up if I make this go across the page. You know, that's close enough. I think I'm going to go with it as is, because there'll be the little separation between the pages. I don't think it's going to make that much difference that they're not at exactly the same place. Now I'm going to go down just a little bit according to the sketch and stick these on. What I'm looking at is this page has lots of room for decorations. It has lots of room for pictures. So I felt like this would be a really good layout for this night that we took our granddaughter to this market. We had lots of pictures, lots of beautiful pictures. And a friend of mine was also there at the same time. We didn't see her while we were there, but she took some amazing pictures and gave me permission to steal them. So when you see the great pictures on here, you'll know they're hers. I was busy trying to wrangle a 2-year-old, so I didn't get as many pictures or as good a quality. But, you know, mine have the cute little girl in them. Hers don't. So I've got the basic part of the pages designed. I mean, there's not much else except for the photos and a few embellishments. But let me show you a couple of my pictures, because this is going to kind of determine how I design this page. I loved the Ferris wheel. This was a new addition to the Chris Kindle market this year. And I got pictures of it from lots of different views. So I thought how fun it would be to create a Ferris wheel look somewhere on this page. Maybe on the 2 outside edges, maybe through the center. So I decided to pull a couple of tools that we haven't used very much. I'm going to be using my 13-inch mat today. And this wavy, it's called a jumbo scallop circle. Yay, I put the name on the back. The jumbo scallop circle. And I decided that I would do this in a shimmer black to make it show up on my background, But then I thought I might also want some white inside. So we're going to do it first with the shimmer black, see what that looks like, and then see where we need to go from there. This jumbo scallop circle is pretty big. It's going to take a lot of space on my page, but I am going to cut with my blue blade because that's going to cut the furthest out from the pattern in case I want to put white inside it. Now I'm lining up the tracks on my little blade, and the blue blade is cutting the furthest out. Now this jumbo scallop is not one of the easiest ones to cut, just let me tell you. Because it's got all these little ups and downs, your pattern tries to slide, your paper tries to slide. Right now my mat is sliding because I didn't move those pages underneath. So I'm getting a lot of movement here, and that doesn't bode well for what I have in mind. But hey, we'll give it a shot. You cannot do this one fast. Just by way of information, I have seen where some people are buying shelf liner, like that grippy shelf liner that you can buy at the Dollar Tree around here. I'm sure they have it in Walmart and all kinds of other stores too. But they're putting that underneath their 12-inch mat to keep it from slipping when they're doing something like this. Now let me just kind of pull off. All right, we got all of that off. Now I'm not moving my pattern because I need to go back and do that same thing on the inside. And as soon as I say that, yeah, it's moving. Y'all, this may be a huge mess, but hey, we tried. So now we're going to go on the inside, still using the same blade. And it's going to create this scallopy look. It really is going to look a lot like a wreath, but I felt like it might mimic the look of the Ferris wheel as well. And that's kind of what I was going for. This would make a really great title page for your Christmas album if you do a whole Christmas album every year, because you could do that pretty little wreath. Okay, pretty close, not perfect, but we'll work around it. Wouldn't that make a nice wreath if you did it in green? All right, so let's lay that one aside. I am going to move these papers right here. And we're going to do the white one. See if we can do it as badly as we did the black one. Just because I do think it's going to need that white on the inside. Just to make it stand out like this. Now this is the shimmer white. I did a class this week here at the house, and we were discussing the fact that shimmer white is really not white at all. It's barely off-white. But it does have the shimmer look, and that's what I was going for. It's a lot easier to cut the red. I was going for the shimmery iridescent look because my pictures were taken at night. There's lots of lights, lots of sparkle, and that's what I wanted to really showcase. I wanted to pick up the feel of those pictures. And you see right there, I've glitched. Here again, it's going to be okay. We'll make it work, or we'll decide not to use it, one or the other. And I was not supposed to move my pattern, but it had already slid anyway. So we're going to go back with the red blade on the inside. And this just makes the outline like we've got on the black. It'd be really sad if after I did all this work I don't like it, wouldn't it? You ever do that? Where you make something really impressive for a page and then you get to the end and you think, that's not even really what I wanted. All right, so let's see if this fits inside at all. Oh yeah, it's not horribly bad. Now I know I've got a glitch there. I'm looking for where I've got a bad one on the black so I can match the glitches up, hopefully. Oh, that's really kind of a nice look. All right, we're going to tape this baby down and then decide how we're going to use it on this page. I'm just flying blind. You know, on a page that I said, oh, this one will be easy. Yep. It is. this could be one of the simplest pages in the whole book if you do it as is. And it's really pretty. There is nothing wrong with simple pages. I do lots of them. You just don't seem to see them on the videos because I do the harder ones here to show you some new techniques or some ideas or whatever. So pulling our 2 pages back, I'll just put the sketchbook aside because obviously I'm going way off sketch now. I feel like I might want the Ferris wheel to kind of be in the center of the whole thing here. And again, it's not really a Ferris wheel per se. It just picks up the look of the Ferris wheel. And that would have to be my beginning because that tells us it's the Christkindl market. Then we see the Ferris wheel. I have lots of different shapes of pictures. I didn't stay true to the sketch at all on the shapes of the pictures. I know this was at the very end of the night. One of her favorite things was the carousel. We decided she's probably never been on a carousel before, but boy, did she love it. We saw the parade. We did not stay to see the fireworks, but my friend did, so I stole her pictures of that. Let's see. I have another of her on the carousel with her Pat. I've got another of the Ferris wheel with the big pyramid that was actually gifted to this little small town from Germany. And then I'm going to end up with some extra. Got a little picture of her with the Christmas tree. See, even printing the pictures myself, I didn't print them in a size that's conducive to the layout. So I'm kind of having to finagle a lot of things. And do we even like the Ferris wheel look at all? I mean, I'm not sure if it picks it up, if it picks up the feel. Maybe I should just add a part of it on each side, on the outside edges. Just to give us something, but not the whole thing. Well, let's just go with it. You know, I say all the time, it's just paper. It is shimmer paper, so it's more expensive, but it is still paper. And I may even cut that down a little bit more, just so it's not as bold. But it still gives me a little something on the sides, which I kind of wanted. About the same size. Okay, I'm thinking I like that a little bit better. I am going to cut this a little smaller. Just because I really want it to fit within the border area. I don't want it overlapping that top border. Yeah, that's where I'm going. So we're back to our title. And the original sketch showed 2 4x4s at the top. Well, I could do a 4 by almost 6 and a 4x4 at the top. I could do a 4x6 below it, which is kind of what they have shown. And I could very easily put all of these in a peekaboo pocket. And I think that's exactly what I need to do so I can do some writing. Let's see where we're headed on this page because my pictures are not even the same size as over here. Just loved that Ferris wheel. It was just so pretty. I could cut this one down and add it side by side with that one. And do this and this. We can add this other carousel one right over here with our fake Ferris wheel. And I think we've got this coming together, finally. So the one thing I'm noticing is because I matted my pictures in white, they are just not showing up real great against my white background. if I had thought that through a little more closely, I probably would have done a darker background. But that gives me an opportunity to go back and matte these again. I'm just cutting these down to be the same height. But that's going to give me an opportunity to go back and matte again, and I can do that using the black shimmer and really make these pictures stand out. So those are now the same height. And let's do some matting. So with this pretty black shimmer, I'm going to have to go back to my 12-inch trimmer to do some of these. I'm going to cut a mat for these. Now, some of you are probably thinking, oh, we've got that punch that's got like the carnival stuff on it that has a Ferris wheel. Yes, Creative Memories did do one of those. And if I had it, it would be great. But I don't have that punch. So that one's not available to me. This picture is a little bit different size than that one. I think I can be all right with that. So since I didn't have it, I was trying to improvise and do something a little bit different. I also wanted something that took up some of that side space because the original sketch, they used a Fast-to-Fab paper with some design on the side that I really liked, and I didn't have that. Okay. Now, I know that these are 4x6s, so I need this to be about 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 to show behind that. Since those, whoa, I cut that wrong. 6 1/4. Let's go out a little more. We'll tape that down. It'll be all right. This one should be, I think it's a 4x4 picture or close to it. I can mat it as a 4x4. All right, let's check the other side. Almost done with the matting. And this page that should be super easy is a little bit more time consuming because of my additions. Not because of the page itself, but because of my additions. And that's going to have a really thin mat just because I'm using up this paper. I'm not going to a new sheet for that. And all it needs is that little bitty black background to set it off on these pages. Now, I definitely have some journaling to do on this, and probably what I'll do is journal on white, matte and black, and one more page to do these two together, and we'll stick them down and be basically finished. This will make me feel really good. I've got some pre-designed pages ready for my Christmas album, but to actually have Christmas pictures on a Christmas page when I start doing my Christmas album will make me even happier. And I think, if I'm not forgetting anything, this was our first real event that was Christmassy. This was actually the week before Thanksgiving when we were able to do this. So that'll probably be the very first event in my Christmas album for this year. All right. So let's stick stuff down and see where we are. See if we still need more things. And because of cutting that, I'm just making sure that it's adhered on the corners, on the edges of where those are put together. I'm sure lots of you are going to be giving me comments about how you would have created a Ferris wheel for this page. I love to read your comments. I love to hear what you have to say about things because, you know, we all work together. We all help each other out. That's our goal. And sometimes the creativity is flowing. Sometimes it's not. this mat's the one that I cut wrong. And I'm going to go ahead and stick the mat down. I am leaving a good bit of space here and there, just because I like all these sparkles to show through. This was, I can't even describe it to you. This was just kind of a magical place. It was just so pretty. Okay, these will be peekaboo pocket. Everything about it just felt fun, and I don't know, it was an exciting night. And to see it through my granddaughter's eyes was even better. Okay, so we got that. Let's stick this side down. I will tell you, I don't have any Christmas embellishments that I really feel like would work with this. And I'm perfectly fine with that. There's a lot going on this page anyway. So I don't feel like I'll add any Christmas embellishments. Now, I may have some words that I could add, and I'll look into that before I post the final picture. So, there we go. Aside from the peekaboo pocket and some journaling, and maybe some words, these pages are done. So, I'll finish this up. I'll post the final picture in the video so you can see what it actually turns out like. And, you know, drop me some comments. Tell me what you think about it, what you would have done differently, how you would have created a Ferris wheel. Maybe I'll go back and try something new. And until I see you next time, happy scrapping.